Hello friends. So in the today's SQL series, we are going to have concept about stored procedures. That is part of PL-SQL. So if you know SQL, then it is easy to create PL-SQL commands and actually stored procedures where we can have multiple statement or multiple SQL statement defined within one name, and according to the parameters we can execute that uh, SQL. So basically, why do we create SQL? Because of the SQL execute command faster than that simple SQL which we have learned. So basic SQLs we have already known to, but if we wanted that SQL must respond quickly, so we have to and quickly, and also multiple SQL can be executed simultaneously so that we can have the result very quick and multiple queries also. So that is how to create stored procedures in SQL Server. So within that structure, you will find that programmability. So within that programmability, we can have stored procedures, and within that, there is right now there is no stored procedures defined. So nothing is shown over here. After defining stored procedures, like in the table, we within the table we have seen accordingly. But after creating that stored procedures shown in this tree. So how to create and how to execute stored procedures. So to create, just we uh, select create stored procedures and new stored procedures. So to create new stored procedures, this is the basic syntax which we need to write, but this will be omit, and here it is the information related to author. We can write who is the author of this stored procedures, date and time of creation, and description for what purpose it is created, like that we can write over here. This is the syntax, and within that create procedure is the basic starting syntax, and after that we will give that stored procedure name. So definitely we are giving that stored procedure name, user defined stored procedure, like that, and for what purpose and for on which table we are going to create that. So we have to name accordingly. So USB employee, I am giving just this is the naming. If you want to having multiple uh, SQL within that, then accordingly you just give the name, provide the name. And here it is the parameters, like in other cases we in like in the function or in the parameterized query we pass the parameter. So here we have to create parameters, what parameters we need to execute this stored procedures, and what are the required parameter and what are not required parameter, means not required also. So yeah, this is where we have to create. So first we have to create the variable. So we have to create variable with the @ symbol. So first I need to create one variable that is for the flag, and that is executed for the conditions actually. So for the flag, what we want, that data type, that is int, and within comma separated we can have multiple parameters. So just create other parameter like emp id, again integer, and we have to keep it null because every time we do not need to pass that value. So accordingly we have to keep that as a null, so that key this is not the required field. If you leave it blank like this, then it is the required every time. So other than that, emp name varchar, and it must be the same uh, number that we have given in the create table statement. So it is like 250, and this is also going to be null. Then at the rate emp address varchar, and then 150 equals to null at the rate city varchar 50 equals to null at the rate state varchar 150, and this should be matched, because if you when we pass that parameter, uh, greater than that could not be accepted by the table, so we have to match that data type and size of that column. So like that we have created all this field in code, that is numeric null, and last one is the status, just we have created, and this is Jimmy, and this is also null. So these are the parameters which which we can pass. Uh, Not every time each of the parameter could be passed, but whenever it is required, we have to pass that. Now, according to the flag, we can execute and we can fetch accordingly. So just see how to execute here. So we have to make that condition if at the rate flag equals to 1. So we parameter, if we pass one parameter as 1, so this is the statement which is going to be executed. For the for flag 1, I want select a statement to be executed. So select asterisk from employee should be the parameter 1, like that. So just create it by executing. So created, and how to execute? So executing this, we will have to write exec that stored procedure name, and then flag. So this is how this will be executed. So flag, if I send flag parameter as 1. So for 1, we have written what? We have written select asterisk from employee. So this, under this flag shape or this condition, this SQL is going to be executed. Suppose in the second flag, if at the rate flag equals to 2, where I want to execute select asterisk from employee, where status equals to at the rate status. Sorry, status. So for the flag 2, we have to pass two parameter. Just first execute. Now after create, it will not execute because this object is already created. So we have to fire alter procedure. So after altering this procedure, this command is executed, and I have appended flag 2 within that stored procedure. So for flag 2, and we have to pass also the status. So after that, we have to pass the status. So I am going to pass 1, execute. So So we have to pass the parameter. So we have to give the name of parameter for what we are passing the value. So status equals to 2 comma separated, sorry, 1. Then it will give you the output of that. If we pass 0, then it will give you the output of status 0. So this is the way we can execute, we can create a stored procedure and execute that stored procedure. Within the same, we can have the insert, update, delete, status change, like that, all this. So uh, for the third flag, at the rate flag C, and here we are going to write insert into employee, that field name with values, and then so for field name, emp name, comma, emp address. These two field I want to give for the insert, and with here at the rate emp name, comma, at the rate emp address. This is programmable. So now this is fully dynamic. So now that flag 3 is also there, and for the flag 3, we have to execute and we have to give the value of emp name. So emp name equals to single quotes. We are passing the value. Now the latest value is suppose uh, 3, and with the comma separated emp address equals to single quotes address like like this. So when we execute, command successfully executed, and if you're going to execute with the one, we got that third value is now inserted. So this is totally programmable, and this is how we can use the stored procedures. So from front end, we also pass this stored procedures with the value, and this will be executed. So benefit of this stored procedures is this statement could be cached within that server, and wherever we execute, it will be executed faster than that normal SQL which we pass through that front end. So from front end now we are not passing the SQL, we are passing only the name of name of stored procedures, and with their flag and value. So this is how we can execute from front end. Front end, we have to pass the name of stored procedures and the value flag which we want to execute. For one, it is all. For two, with the status, comma, at the rate status equals to whatever status we pass, accordingly it will return the value. Accordingly, we will have multiple stored procedure within your project, and you can execute that procedures, that is also more safer than simple SQL. We are writing SQL over here also, but this is how that improved version of your SQL will be executed within that SQL engine, and this is more secure than that also, because we are passing, we are calling that a stored procedure, and we are passing the value only, and within that flag shape, that is select, insert, and other things will be happen like that. So we can also use a stored procedure, and this is the advanced version of that SQL. And within that, definitely we have programming also. So not only with the simple stored procedures we are executing, we can program it. I have programming just for the conditions. If conditions, we have put it down, and with that conditions, we can have that statement going to be executed accordingly. So definitely, this is how stored procedures will work. And if you want to create a stored procedure, just go through it and create accordingly. So if you like that concept, just subscribe my channel to support me for my this valuable input to the society that is free of cost. So thank you.